got projector lah. Got projector or not?
Hi.
Got projector?
Projector? Got. So if you see this number stop running, can you just wave to me? You see 15, 16. This is how many seconds is recording?
Yeah.
If it like never move or anything, you let me know.
How long it will not move?
It continue to move on for hours.
Okay.
It's supposed to go for maybe one whole day. Because there's 4, I think 8 gig memory in there.
Okay. Now it's in
34, 35.
Okay.
We're starting soon.
It's okay lah.
Good morning, Datin, ladies and gentlemen. I introduce myself. My name is William Ho, today's seminar's master ceremonies. Let's welcome our RSM representative, Surveyor Eddie Wong, to be upstage to deliver the welcoming speech. Surveyor Eddie.
Good morning, fellow colleagues and friends. Thank you for taking your Saturday off to attend this particular seminar, and welcome to this seminar. Actually, as far as QS profession is concerned, for this morning's seminar is more to get you introduced into value management. And for those who are interested later on, then courses will be conducted by IBMM, facilitated by RISM QSVM subcommittee. Right? So for those of you who want to find out more about value management, you can raise questions afterwards. But just to give you an insight into the QS profession today, you find that there are a long list of requirements required of practicing QS, especially for those who want to open firms. Now, you find that upon graduation, you have to go through your various professional competence exams or interviews, following which you become a registered QS, and thereafter, you have to wait for another required 2 or 5 years. I think when the second year kicks in, you will have to be marking your time for the second year in order to go through that before you are allowed to open firm. But aside from that, and that's why this morning we have a mixture of students as well as very senior members. I have my colleague there who is the same time as me in technical college. And I have also some of the very senior QSs here, plus a lot of students. Basically, is to expose you to the requirement so that when you are at university level, you also find out and groom yourself towards the particular route you want to go. Now, today, for you to be eligible for government projects, you find that you have to be a certified value management personnel before you can handle projects which are 50 million and above. Because all projects above 50 million has got to undergo value engineering. So you need a value management personnel to handle that. So it's either engineer, QS, or architect, right? So if you are a certified VNM, then you can handle that on behalf of the client. Now, aside from that, you find that today, if your firm is going to be awarded a green project, that means all these green projects, PS and all those, you find that you also need to be certified. So along the way, you find that you have to be certified in various items, subjects. So to handle IBS projects, you find that you have to be certified by CIDB, right? So all these are additional requirements imposed by the industry. So which means that upon graduation, you still need your practical experience, and then you need to get yourself certified by all these various requirements. So it's a long list. So before you come out, it's better you get all those ready so that you already have the knowledge of it, right? And of course, what QS division is doing is going in tandem with government initiatives. We will be fully liberalized ASEAN by 2015, 2020 the world, but of course today we are sort of toning down liberalization because of the world financial issues, right? So that one is floating for a while without pressure being put. But ASEAN, definitely we are open up. And one of the issues is also in opening up, are you ready for it? Right? Which means that foreign consultants will come in and compete with you. So are you ready for it? So that's something which you have to think about seriously. And of course, for division, we are putting up a lot of issues which faced by members to the government as well. Informing them, if you open up like this, right, our members are going to have problems. So we are doing our best. But unfortunately, division is all short-handed, right? We don't have enough volunteers to come in to help us. Now, the other biggest challenge for QSs, not only QSs, but engineers and architects, is the introduction of building information modeling, where everything is computerized. And that is going to be the biggest challenge for consultants, because as far as overseas is concerned, UK, US, Australia, Canada, they are already going towards that fully computerized. And once that is computerized, you find that everything is handled by the computer. And you may want to ask yourself the question, what happens to us then? Right? Because the computer does the automatic measurement for you. Right? So you don't have to do measurement. If you don't have to do measurement, then what should we do?
Retire.
Huh? Retire. Actually, retire. If you retire rich, okay. Okay, so that's something for you to think about. But at QS division level, we are also taking steps to make sure that even though measurement is handled completely by computers, right, at least they have to adhere to certain codes and standards. So we have a committee looking into standard method of measurement for electronic means. What actually happened is that in UK there are a few cases where contractors take claims against consultants because when they use computer to measure, of course even today with AutoCAD you have automatic measurement, right? And the only thing is you've got to refine that measurement and put it into DQ. But those sort of measurements you find are taken from center line to center line, point to point. So things like overlaps, reinforcement bands, and overlaps and all those are not taken into account, right? And just a percentage may be plugged into and put into the DQ if the consultant is careful. But otherwise, they are taken straight as what the computer shows. So these are areas where the contractor will look into the current SMM that is in operation, right? And whether you are actually adhering to that. And most of the QSs who are relying on electronic measurement are not following the SMM. So this is that issue. So of course division is landed with an additional load to also look into measurement which have to cater for electronic measurement, right? But coming back to value management, the word value is very subjective. value to me means a different thing. Good value to you means another thing. It could. Same like success. Successful. To me, successful means able to have a house, right? Drive a Proton Saga, that's successful, right? But to another person, his level of success is different. So today, when you go through the introduction of value management, you find that for this form of value management, it is already scientific in the sense that there are fixed formulas and issues for you to look into. Okay? So that is the scientific part of it. Governed by rules, governed by regulations, governed by a set of criteria which you have to look into. But don't forget the artistic part of it. In QS, you have the advantage of working your two sides of the brain, right? Left and right. So we have the artistic and the scientific part. For architects, purely artistic. For engineers, purely scientific. Okay? But for the QS, arts and science. That's what your course is about. Arts and science. So it's a combination of two. And this is where you have to make use of your left and right brain. Okay? Now, why do I say that? Because when you're doing value management on a set of criteria, which you have to anyway, otherwise you may be taken for professional negligence. So you cover all those criteria. And that is the set of value which you are looking into. But coming back to the client, he is the person who pays, right? He may not like what you are telling him. Saving cost. Look, I'm carrying out this value management to save you cost, right? To make sure you get value for money. He said, I'm not interested in that. I'm looking for a nice design, which may cost more, but that is his value. So don't forget about the artistic part of things. That means looking into what the client actually wants. So while you're carrying out that scientific set of management, value management, right? Don't overlook the fact that the client may be looking for something else. He might not mind paying the money, right? But having paid the money, if he's not getting what he wants, then what are you doing? So this is something which, when you combine the two, right, that gives you a holistic value management. And this is something which you have to do. Same with lawyers. Lawyers are, we call them, very artistic because they can twist and turn, right? No also can mean yes, right? 1 + 1 can be 5. But to an accountant, 1 + 1 is 2. Very scientific, fixed, right? But to an artist, nothing is impossible. So these are the two things which you have to combine in your practice and when you come out to practice. Right? Same with the contractor. The contractor, if he follows strictly the consultant's design, and he has price accordingly, that is the price and the range of profit as he goes in. But if you start using his artistic part to say, okay, I can use an alternative method, you can save me more cost, faster, and he makes more money. So you have to combine the two, right? Arts and science. So I won't dwell into the details of value management, but just keep behind your mind what I've just told you, that you have to look at the science part and the arts part in anything you do, right? Especially QS, you're already trained to use your left and right brain. I'm not sure about the front and back. But the left and right certainly, right? And that's why you find that you're able to handle M&E issues, you're able to handle civil engineering issues, you're also able to handle architects issues, both, all these combined arts and science. And not only that, many of us are becoming construction lawyers. So that is another area where you're moving into, right? Just before I end, I just want to mention to you that the new, with the implementation of the SPA, right, Construction Industry Payment Act, there's a great potential for all of you to become adjudicators. That means instead of going to litigation or arbitration, there's the alternative dispute resolution for contractors or disputing parties to refer the matter to adjudicators. And actually, the QS division has also got an ADR subcommittee looking at that to facilitate you to become adjudicators. But of course, the course will be conducted by KRRCA, right? But we will facilitate you if you are interested. So we are also looking into mediation as well and arbitration. So for those of you who are interested, you can consult RISM for details. Okay? With that, once again, I thank you for sacrificing your Saturday to be here with us, and not forgetting to thank Swissma for sponsoring this event, as well as Taylor's University for offering us the use of their lecture theatre, and also to my subcommittee members who have worked very hard, right, and all sitting on a very hot seat. And hopefully this event will be a success with your cooperation. And also, who else have I forgotten? Oh yes, very important party who is in collaboration with us, the Institute of Value Management Malaysia, right? And in actual fact, same thing with adjudicators and all. We help IBMM to facilitate for those who are interested to be certified as value managers, right? We will refer all those who are interested to them to conduct the training. So we are actually working in close collaboration with them. So once again, IBMM, I wish to thank you all for the collaboration and cooperation offered. And to all of you who are interested, before you go off, you can leave your names and contact details with our subcommittee. Right? With that, I thank you.
Thank you, Surveyor everyone. Surveyor everyone, please remain on stage. We'd like to call upon Surveyor Yeap to present the token appreciations. Thank you, Surveyor Yeap. Now we would like to present a short introduction for RISM QSVM. Let's welcome our speakers, Mr. Chong who is the subcommittee chairman for the RISM QSVM. Mr. Chong.
RISM, QS Division Chair, Surveyor AD. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so I just take you a short time to give you some introduction of our QSVM. QSVM actually, as what Surveyor AD said, we are the subcommittee from QS divisions. What we do here, okay, what's QSVM stand for? Quality system and value management. Okay, so what we offer here, besides facilitate this what we call workshop like this today. Okay, so we also doing this assist the member members firm to what we call to obtain the ISO certifications. Okay, for ISO certification, we have two schemes here. Okay, one is a full certification. This is to assist the members firm who have without ISO certification yet. Okay, so this is a 6-month period for the entire what call schedule. All right, so the other scheme is migration scheme. Okay, this is to assist the members firm who already have the ISO 9001 2000. Okay, to migrate from 2000 to 2008. Okay, this is another scheme, two type scheme. Okay, so next. Okay, we are calling for registration for the these two schemes today. So I think some of you have got the what I call leaflet, and we will e-blast the further details in the near future. Okay, so this is some of the photo that we have conducted before. Okay, so special introductory rate today. Okay, whoever registered today, we have special rate only 8,590. Okay, normal by normal rate is 8,800 for full certifications. Okay, for migration, only 4,690. Or if you registered today, it's a special rate for you. Okay, whoever our members firm would like to have the certification, ISO certification, can contact us. Okay, thanks. All right. After today, we have today's seminar. We'll put up our photos and our seminar details and what we call the slide on our Facebook. Please write it down. Okay. Before I end, some special thanks to our sponsor, SISMA, and our Taylor University, Surveyor Ang, and Ms. Tiong, okay, for their cooperations. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, last but not least, also thanks to all your support for being here today. And before I end, also thanks to all the committee members. They're all volunteers to make this event happen. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chong, for sharing what the functionality for the RISM QSVM. Now we're going to proceed our first papers, Challenge and Opportunity for QS Enhancing QS Role in Design Management and Modeling the Construction and Project Process. This paper will be delivered by our first speaker, Surveyor Yeap Kiat. Before we start this, pass the mic to the Surveyor Yeap. We have a short introduction about Surveyor. He is with the Baharuddin Ali and Rose Neighborhood, and also a resident QS to the Hospital Colombo Specialist Complex and Ambulatory Care Center. And also a QS for the KRA2 LCCT projects. Besides that, he is a member of the RSM and holding various portfolios such as RSM QS Division Committee members, Junior Organization Committee members, Sports and Social Committee members, Quality System and Value Management Technical Committee members, and also a past chairman. He also a RICS member and the IBMM members. Let's welcome our first speaker, Surveyor Yeap.
Hello, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for coming to this value management seminar as well as a QS student seminar for today and spending time with us. Okay, I just heard a news recently that a boy asked the engineer uncle. The boy asked, engineer uncle, how come before election, how I see so much roadworks, why everywhere like laying new premix, new pavement, everything. So I don't understand why all this period so much thing. So then this engineer uncle just like scratch his head. He said, perhaps maybe it's doing roadworks in meter square is easier for QS to make mistake. So also there's also I heard also that this one of the reporters asked one of the Works Ministry, one of the officials. Sir, I noticed that recently the department has built a lot of bridges, overpass everywhere in this state. But how come there's no river? Also, you want to build so many bridges and overpass? So the official just replied, "No problem, lah. We built the overpass first, then later on we built the river, lah." Okay, I hope this wakes you guys up from the slumber yesterday. Okay, we are running short of time. I think we are already like more than half an hour over. Okay, this is the content for this section, and it comprises of this is the part one. I have 3 parts. This is part one content and comprises of the challenges and opportunities. And in this area, we're talking about construction innovation, building sustainability, challenges and opportunities. I have to run faster than this. Okay, what is this construction innovation about? Okay, construction innovation, as far as main construction professionals, whether you are engineer or architect or QS or any other related professions, will consider that innovation is in these areas, like for example IBS, which is quite new, like a few years back, industrial building system, and this is in line with the CIDB, the construction, the master plan, and this is modular coordination is also part of IBS, and also the ICT. ICT is an enabler for many of our construction firms as well as projects. E-construction is one of the initiatives brought under the ICT, this tool, and also the research and development, R&D. Okay, let's first talk about innovation in terms of IBS. Okay, IBS is still in the infancy stage in Malaysia, and so is this modular coordination used for construction projects. So there's still a lot of research and development still needs to be done in this area, and also in order to maintain the competitiveness in other areas besides IBS, we also need to look into all these areas like new business concept, new process, new products. So with the hope that CIDB actually hopes that IBS will actually bring the construction industry forward, but at the same time we do notice that R&D is pretty low in our country, so we are basically consumers of other people's R&D, and we do very little R&D ourselves and sell it to other countries. Okay, ICT has a great potential for application in the construction industry, and it goes to say that it can apply in the whole value and supply chain. That means the construction industry comprises of subcon, sub all those things, and then therefore you look at it, it's actually one long chain of value chain, or we call it the supply chain. But we call it value chain today because today is a value management seminar. And then it's able to cross technical and artificial barrier within the industry, because the ICT you can use it, and then it enables to like communication between the different firms, different practices, and there's no more this cross technical or artificial barrier because of ICT. And this ICT has proven itself to able to deliver results in terms of higher productivity, greater participation and empowerment from the team members. And however, just like to point out that our construction industry, as of 2 years back, is only the expenditure in this area is only like 4%, of the national total ICT spending. I think we still need to catch up compared to like manufacturing. They spend around 27%. And sorry, this is banking. I read too fast. Banking is 27%, and manufacturing they spend about 13% to do the automation of their manufacturing. Oil and gas about 10%, and the government is 10%. Okay, these are the initiatives whereby the firms or professional members in QS or other related construction profession can look into all this. Actually, some of this already been championed by CIDB, as well as some firms have already like gone into like e-tendering and e-payment, e-submission, all the e-thing, and then this you can see like here you can see the e-construct by CIDB and e-monitoring. There's a this GIS by Juang, I-supervision, JKL Malaysia. My HKL project, hospital call project, actually is one of the first few to use this internet remote camera, video camera monitoring system. So the project director can sit in his comfortable office and still see what's happening. You can see all the workers working here and there. It's a CCTV. Yeah. Okay, this one is EAIEI. This one, I think many companies already done it already, besides this company. And e-drafting. Okay, this is the definition of e-construction. Application of web technology in the construction and engineering field. This is a coin word. What is e-construction? Then you can tell them is this. Okay. However, it's not limited to this here, like web-based project management, enterprise resource planning, site works. That means it goes beyond the site and the project office. You can, like extend the e-construction to even like your payroll. You collect data from the survey mapping, all this thing, and you can even use e-construction to integrate and collaborate with other professions. So that's where the BIM, which our Honorable Chairman has mentioned, this is very important because it removes the island of communication. Okay, in terms of ICT, some of the barriers is that why we only like 4% in ICT expenditure compared to 27%, and that's why we are like stuck in this, like we call it non-improvement state, or you call it stagnant state, or stumbling state, whatever you want to call it. I mean, one of the reasons that you can these are the reasons which some of the research has found out that the lack of ICT champions, visionaries. I think we need more Steve Jobs in Malaysia. And also the mindset perception of the builders that ICT has nothing to do with transforming resources into physical. That means a lot of contractors, they just don't believe in ICT thing. It's just they think it's maybe ICT is something like Facebook, Angry Bird. Okay, and then they're not willing to share information. Yeah, this is one of the big thing entrenched in our country is that if we have some knowledge, very few people are willing to share it like online with other professional members. Whereas if you go to some other countries, you see that there are members willing to share all their project information, and then they do not say to others, sorry my client might not allow this sensitive information. So end up the whole industry just cannot progress further. And I think we need to seriously look into this knowledge sharing, because we're not just talking about individual firms or individual professional members. We're talking about the whole industry as well as the whole country. If like nothing flows or communicated within our fraternity of QS or even with other people, then it's going to be very stagnant. Okay, this is some of the other reasons that like construction project is like far flung in Kerteh or Pengaran or somewhere. Okay, let's come to the second part, building sustainability. This is quite a hot issue now. in last year and the year before 2010, you hear a lot like GBI from PAM and IEM. Okay, this is what's related to the sustainability. Is about climate change. Why are we looking into all these things now and not doing it later? Because we are afraid of the consequences of this climate change, greenhouse effect, and then the green effort is GBI. These are all the effort to contain the problem or the spiraling issue of this climate change. Because climate change, once it happens out of control, and then I think many of us, have already seen on news, the severity of all these climatic, disasters happening throughout worldwide. Okay, and then these are all like solar energy, environmental assessment. Okay, smart building, balance. Okay, this is the main reason now. This few years back only, we're not talking about a long time about the protocol, but this is just 2006. We're not talking about 1996 or 1980, but this one there's a review done quite recently about 6 years back, and this one is a major review by the UN, and it says what we do now has a limited effect on the climate over the next 40 and 50 years. However, we do in the next 20 years can have potential effect on the second half century, which is from 2051 until 2099. Long time. Green building is these are the practical concepts about green building. So like a lot of paint companies, they are selling their paint using low non-toxic VOC is a volatility content or something like that, and then for the paint, which is help save the environment from the toxic substances. And then these are some of the ideas, like low flow shower heads, low water usage WC, and then can use a plantation grown wood flooring, all these things, and smart lighting. That means your lighting has sensor for the occupants. If there's no occupant, it will turn off and save energy. Okay, and then there's a lot of things to do with smart design. That means you use the natural means of maintaining the comfort in the building. Okay, in order to promote this natural thing, so there's an initiative. There's an initiative by this MIT, the Benson Wood Homes Research, and they've done quite a lot of research and testing and experimenting in this area, and then they already come up with a team of people, collaboration, professional practitioners, high quality building techniques, adopt energy efficient designs, flexible designs to meet the user's needs. And then they even come out, they coin this word called humanizing the city, because sustainable city. Have you heard of this in Malaysia before? Sustainable city? Okay, this one is the explanation: planning, design, healthy, sustainable environment where the city's level needs are met without imposing unsustainable demands on the local and global resources. Okay, the second thing is about smart building system. This one you can control the security, energy, entertainment, whatever, is all integrated into one system. Okay, this efficient energy management, this is also one of the initiative. It means you use energy efficient appliances like inverter. And there's this also for this is for the companies who are the bosses here. So you can consider using this balance of this building concept. So it stands environment and occupancy change and response by managing the energy usage. So this is a pretty advanced thing. And also the solar panels, which has been experimented by some of the government agencies already. They use a lot of solar panels on their rooftop. Okay, how do we know that whether your effort is in line with the international effort in terms of green or sustainability. I mean, how much have you contributed to save the environment? So there's this group of professionals, and I think it's professionals and regulators. They come up with this SCAR rating. This one is an international benchmark for environmental assessment to benchmark the environmental credentials of a building and to maintain the sustainability label. Okay, and it says that can use for new and refurbished projects as well. Okay, this is they say can use for the entire building, or if you don't want to use it for your whole building, you can even choose to just benchmark one of your floors if you have 88 floors. Okay, we are into part 3. Okay. I'm sure many of you guys were already in the working environment will actually notice the market crash in 2007. They call it the Eurozone. They call it the Euro housing market crash, and it also affected some of our Asian country neighbors, and whereby the property value of the mortgage owners actually went far below what they owe the bank, and end up they call it a negative loan. And then this one it says that it started from Europe, and the crisis affected the country. It's like a horseshoe. They call it the horseshoe crisis in Europe in 2007. You just take a horseshoe and put it on the Europe map. You put it one end the horseshoe at UK, the other end at this Eastern Europe, and then it goes down at the bottom horseshoe somewhere like Italy or Greece or these countries. So these are all the countries affected. And until now, these countries are still struggling with their housing. Okay, the only country, there's only a few countries which rebounded in terms of their property value. The ones in green are the 2009, which managed to, after they dipped, the price dive down, keep on dive, then after it like rebound, like a spring tide out again. These are the countries, Norway and Sweden. And the countries not affected by this property bubble crash, I think there's a few, but you see, even they get affected, but the following year they drop. These are the Eastern European countries. Some countries like Kiat, 55% gone. Okay, and then Ireland, and then our UK has rebounded a bit, and then this like Belgium died down the following year, and anyway they are in pretty bad shape, but I think now in 2012 I think they have recovered a bit, but they're still struggling honestly. Okay, this is the football Europe sovereignty debt crisis. Just to let you know, all these countries who play football all got this problem. All the like Cristiano Ronaldo, all the countries they got this financial sovereignty problem. So this problem is to do with why we call this problem a complex problem, because it has to do with the financial system and also the property market. Because you see, it involves the globalization of finance. All the banks are like everywhere. Citibank also in Malaysia. Easy control conditions. They encourage high risk lending. It means people without much proven track record or earning power, they are given a lot of money to spend. And I think some of our professionals here would notice that some of our banks, you got credit card from that bank, they'll keep on calling you, asking you for personal loans or this thing. So this is actually one of the root causes. They're giving you easy money to spend, and then don't worry now, you can pay back later. So that's what happens back then in 2011. Okay, and then a lot of these football nations, I think, I don't know, maybe because of football fever, so their export is really imbalanced compared to their import. They import a lot of stuff from especially from our Asian region, and then they export very little, so their trade deficit is very high, and this coupled with their financial, their government, their spending, so it creates a big national debt compared to their GDP. Okay. Okay, this chart is very informative. You just need to look at the scale first. This one is the public debt, and you can see like Germany, it has almost like, I don't know, US dollars, 3 trillion. German actually owes 3 trillion to somebody, or to somebody in their country or to somebody outside of the country. Okay, the government owes 3 trillion, and our friend UK is about 1.5 trillion. This is the total national debt. Okay, Malaysia not here. Okay, Malaysia is much lower. And at the bottom scale, you see the public debt to a percentage of the GDP. This is the very important factor over here. You can see that that means your debt compared to how much you can earn, like an individual. I owe a bank, but how much I can earn a month is that ratio which sends a signal whether are you financially strong or you are likely to go bankrupt in a few years' time. So you can see that why Greece is always in the limelight of the financial news market. Every time Greece say, they want to have a ministerial meeting or whatever, or the share market tumble. Then after that, after the EU, the EU bank governors have a meeting already, okay, say we'll come up with some plan. After that, you see the market jump out again. So these are the issues created by countries like Greece. The other one is Italy. Italy is an even bigger hot potato because its national debt cannot be rescued by all the European countries, whereas Greece can be saved by Germany or France. Whereas Italy, no one can save them. Even like like each country like come out with 10%. Italy is really a big problem. If this problem from 119% goes up to maybe like 140 something, so I think the Eurozone is really in big crisis. Hopefully it doesn't. Okay, this is the accounts balance to the current account balance of the GDP. You can see Germany is actually a very strong economy out of all the European countries, and our friend UK is like their trade surplus is still negative. It's like minus 2.5%, and countries like very football countries, Cristiano Ronaldo country, Portugal 9.8%, Greece also, Spain 4.7%. So I can say is that one country can really help Greece is only Germany. Okay, these are the issues and challenges in Malaysia. Okay, we're not looking at the external factors for now. Okay, we need to look at for example, energy saving, thermal comfort, sustainable construction through environmental friendly construction techniques and material. Okay, these are all the GBI thing in IBS, and also our sand resources also depleting. Okay, and further issues which which is like arising this year is, for example, you will hear from now quite frequently is that a lot of developers, they're actually complaining that the government is planning to push on with this build and sell by 2005, and then they actually foresee or caution that if this thing were ever implemented, the property market will actually take a big dive and the property price will soar very high, and by that time, 2005, I don't think we can afford to buy any property. Okay, and then the secondly is this year. Last year was actually the government, the pump prime effort. So you can see that our government actually has spent almost 4.88 billion in terms of contracts. And then you see contracts like LCCT, Hospital Kuala Lumpur project, the National Cancer Institute, the MRT project. Those are the projects awarded in back then, and there's still many projects, the government projects, the track, all this thing, a single track, double track, all this thing. So actually, compared to this year currently up to March, there's a huge contraction in terms of the government contract spending, especially the construction industry, and a lot of our livelihood are very dependent on public government spending. So if the government don't spend, then you see the whole construction industry struggle. The whole industry will really shiver because of this factor. That's why do take note of the public spending by the government. Okay, this one is still healthy, but this one doesn't mean it's the construction industry. This is other industry. 4.5% comprises of other industry. Okay, the tender. This is the TPI, the tender price index. Well, it is still okay, 2.7%. For almost 1 year, 2.7% is not much. I think we can afford it, 2.7%. Okay, this one is for those QS, die-hard QS, who really loves to crunch rates. Okay, this one is for you guys. Okay, the concrete has actually increased, not much, by 6%. However, 6% increase in concrete has a big effect on other construction-related material. I repeat that. Concrete increase a little, other construction material will increase by a lot, and that's where the multiplier will come in. And you will see that, right, cements and bricks has gone up very high. Okay, and then this 6% is because of this one, the increase by $1. The sand has increased by 7.5%, and this is the price here. If you want to write, you can write down now. The aggregate also increased by 5%. It's not a lot. Okay, still actually has increased over the last year, but I call it muted increase because it starts to turn down already. It peaked about a few months ago. After that, it starts to turn down, but it's still higher than last year. So you can see the price here is at 2.3 to 2.5. But these are just like government control price. The actual market price is a different story. I don't want to explain the mechanism here, but I'm sure many of the professionals here as well as contractors know the situation about what are they facing in terms of how to procure steel and how they end up to doing certain things. Okay, this is the current scenario reported by the World Steel Association. This is a very big body. It comprises of big steel companies in the world, like I think Bao Steel and BHP. These are the big players in the world. And actually, Malaysia, our steel industry is like kucingnya only. We don't even have an impact anything on this steel price. Whereas their increase in steel price affects us a lot. Okay, and then they're saying that there's going to be a slowdown of 6.8%, and 2010 was the Olympic year, and then they grew by 15%, so it's going to be slowed down by half already. And then their capacity, the factory capacity is like 72%. So that means like the difference like 83 and 72, maybe like 10% of the workforce have to work part time already. Just clay brick. Clay brick has increased by a bit. Clay brick 38 cents to 40 cents. Cement brick. This one take note. This one because of cement increase. Last 2 months, as I say, increase in cement caused the other related concrete related construction material products to hike. So all of a sudden, people like cement and brick manufacturers also, because of cement, they just hike the price. That's why you see like this big increase. So anyway, it's still cheaper than clay brick. It's 28 cents for your info. Okay, labor. I think labor is one of the big issues in our country now. Firstly is that I think you see lesser of our neighbor like Indonesia, our friends, they actually gone back to their home country already, and they actually having a boom time in Indonesia. If for you guys who have gone there for holiday, like Bandung, Medan, Jakarta, you actually see that, yeah, they are slowly prospering already, and their skilled laborers trained in Malaysia. You know, all the bar benders, plasterers, carpenters, actually they are going back to the country to contribute to their construction. So it's good lah. I mean, help build Indonesia. Okay, and then that's why we cannot find cheap laborers anymore. And this is the minimal wage for the general workers. It's increased already, like almost 29%. And transportation is a big issue. I don't know why diesel price didn't increase by that much, but somehow it just increased by a lot. Maybe because of the drivers, they can't find drivers to drive their lorries and trucks, so they'll pay higher wages. So now it's at 450 for lorry. Okay, we talk about the opportunities for the QS and for the construction professionals. Yeah. I think the future still looks okay, I think, in Malaysia, but there's certain areas whereby we might want to look into in the future. I mean, we always should look for like a brighter future. I mean, any good opportunities. What if suddenly I lose my job, or my company cannot pay my salary, or my project died, or something like that? So, well, you can look into, like, for example, despite the crash in the commercial properties worldwide in 2009, this is after the horseshoe crisis in 2007. They did notice that the property management, PM in short form, and FM, facility management, actually their firm revenue climbed a lot within just 3 years. This one is by this reported worldwide. And there's a reason behind it. When you see revenue climb by this much, bankers, financial analysts, they will start to scratch their head, and then they will start to dig up all the financial data and try to find out why is there an increase. So there's an increase in wealth also in the emerging markets, like the BRIC nations, China, India, Brazil. But I say India a bit lesser, but I say China is really. I just been to China company trip about 2 months back. I'm really impressed by Beijing. If you go to Beijing, you feel like KL is. I think we still need a lot to catch up. People within 10 years can develop so much. Their building is so beautiful and so big and everywhere. Okay, so as I say, worldwide FM has already shown sign of potential revenue. So, however, in Malaysia, FM is just doing all this stuff, only not like to manage the workforce, to shopping complex. Some of them do the management, property management of the middle market management operation. Okay. And this is some of the proposals to integrate FM into the whole life cycle costing of the project. Okay, I'm just going to highlight to you, because now we are talking about the opportunities and threats and opportunities in our country. Later on, we also look at our neighboring countries and beyond our region a bit. Okay, these are some of the financial indicators which, as a, I think more like business owner, or maybe management level, you guys should take note, because whatever happens in this chart will affect your business, because your client's business or your client's business will be affected. Because of this, is called consumer confidence in spending. If the consumer doesn't willing to swap their credit card even for 50 ringgit or 100 ringgit when they do a purchase, that means the whole retail market is going to go down. And especially at peak periods, this happen is going to be a disaster. So when all this stuff, consumer confidence index comes, reviews itself in the stock exchange or in the major markets, you will see like all the traders are shaking one because they are very afraid. If there's a dip in the confidence by a few percent, then you will see the stock, all the retail stock tumble. And don't just think it's just retail. Property is also a commodity. Because if we don't have confidence that our salary, a lot of us are still working for a company or maybe even bosses, if you're not confident that your salary will still be that stable or growing in the future, I don't think you will have the confidence to sign on the dotted line that I will take this loan for the next 10 years. That is human. Unless there are some people among us are called risk takers, high risk takers. Those are exceptional. They look at the opposite side. So, but I think most of us, we will really, because we got family, some of us even got kids already, so you really think long about making the financial commitment. So this is consumer confidence. So far, I think our confidence is a bit dampened because of the euro thing, and you can see here, it gone down less than 3, and the lowest point before that is also like somewhere over here, and also over here. So I think our confidence has dropped quite a bit. I'm sure you guys will feel it a bit, especially when it comes to Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, and then you see the shopping complex a bit quiet. I think you guys understand. I think this one is almost the same story, but this one is the blown. Okay, they say there's an improved a bit for the first half of the quarter 2012, and this is the average. This is just talking about average at 100 over. 2007 is the boom time for Malaysia. If you guys notice, you see a lot of Mercedes, big cars on the road, and a lot of property launches, high-end one. It's 2007 because the consumer confidence was there. So even people want to do business, you do it when consumer confidence is very high. You can sell a lot of Mercedes and BMWs. Okay, this one now we look into more micro in terms of the sector. Just now we look at the whole country. Now we look at the oil and gas sector. Actually, this is called trade services. Not just oil and gas, it also includes other like retail or other services. Okay, but exclude the financial banking sector. Okay, you can see, I can tell you that it went down, but actually it has been recovering since 1998 . So you guys, for you students who haven't actually gone into any particular sector, I can tell you this sector looks promising and it likely to climb higher. Okay, just take note, students. Because for us already working already we are stuck with the construction, then there's not much, a bit hard to change. This is the construction sector. As I say, it went up. This is the boom time, Mahathir time, 1996. Putrajaya, KLIA, Twin Tower. Okay, and then after that, it went down, George Soros time. Okay, in this time, George Soros. You see Thailand bankrupt, Korea bankrupt, this thing. Okay, after that, this period of recovery. Then after that, period of boom. This is small recovery, you call it. It didn't went up until as high as 1996. Our construction sector. That's why it's still recovered, but it's at this level only almost half of the previous prosperity. So I'm sure also the numbers of workers and the numbers of firms in construction line also half, roughly. If you look around, that's compared to 1996, quite a few firms and a lot of people maybe have no longer in this line already, have gone to do other oil and gas or maybe do other. Okay, so last thing is you need to look at the end, the tail end over here. So actually, why our construction industry is struggling at the moment is because of that . It's over here. So don't underestimate what the financial trend is telling you, because actually this index gives a lot of direction in terms of the market. And I can tell you, it might even go lower still, but this is just a prediction. But it all depends on the political will. If the politicians really want to pump prime, then you see it shoot up. So there's no certainty here. Okay, this is we just have a quick look at some of the big players in the construction industry and why is our construction industry is like stumbling, we call it, at the moment. This is Ahmad Zaki Resources Berhad. It's got a lot of projects in 2007 over here. So obviously it's reflected over here. After that, you see it dived down and then went up a bit and then keep on going down already. So it's not a good sign because it's like now it's gone back to previously already. Oh, this is crash landing. It really went up, then it's like, oh, what's the high? 18 ringgit? No. Now how much? 90 cent, 80 cent. This one, really big discount. Okay, Gamuda. Gamuda is a blue chip, good company. I think it's one of the pillars of our country construction industry because they are very industrial and they go overseas to fight for projects. That's why you can see from 2008 until now they are still uptrend. But just recently is that I think they're a bit stagnant over here. You can see that like not going up, not going down. So, but anyway, it's still a good company because okay, IGM even better. You guys looking for a job? Go for IGM. You have big bonuses, big ESOS scheme. They give you a lot of shares. IGM, look out for this company. Okay, because it's like don't want to come down one. This company, the counter. Okay, MRCB also I think crash landed, but then it's like trying to struggle to come out. So I think MRCB is okay lah. They are struggling to revive, but slowly. You can see at this part here, they're struggling to try to regain. Okay, let's look at the property sector. Just now was the construction sector. All the construction companies, MRCB, AZ, RB, Gamuda, IGM. Okay, these are the property developers. Okay, our client. I mean, we are all QS consultants here. Okay, honestly, I think you guys can tell from 1995 until now, it's really, I don't know, crash landed and skidded a bit. That's why our property in many parts of our country, you buy already, how come like after 5 years also like, gone up a bit, after it come down again, like, better put money somewhere else. That's where the direction now. So, and also you can see that, yeah, it's growing a bit. Maybe 1 year ago, your property price go up by 500 or 1,000. So